Yo, Elliott, what happens when a mighty man finds himself down in the dumps and he can't seem to get out?
Yo, Elliott!
So I've got a great question from one of our friends here in my Instagram inbox that I'm going to go ahead and read for you and then offer some insights. Our friend goes on to say, yo, Elliott, every smart man sometimes goes through a sad, rough state that is necessary for his evolution. But when we're there, we think that we will stay there forever. And sometimes it takes longer to get out because we think there's no solution. I am living in this state right now. How do I remind myself that this is not the end and that it is necessary for my personal evolution? Thank you. And the first thing I would offer, my friend, is that you got to recognize that it is logical that you're going to move through this state, because if you look around you, nature will show you that there are seasons. There are constantly seasons. It is very logical for spring to follow winter. Right now, if you find yourself in a winter state, it is very sequential for you to move into the springtime, then the summertime, then guess what? The fall of man. You're going to fall again. It's normal, it's natural. The world is our reflection. It happens everywhere with everything in every cell in our body. The entire cosmos is based on cycles. So your life will be also too. The problem is that human beings have been conditioned to believe that things should be static. Safety and security is a lie that we've been fed. And safety and security is found in keeping things the same way. You will never be the same if you allow yourself to evolve with nature. If you're the same as you are at 50 as you were at 25, you just wasted 25 years of your life. If you're the same in the springtime as you are literally in the winter, I'm talking April and December, you've wasted an entire season. Life is about following the flow and being available to respond appropriately to the season you find yourself in. So the very first thing that you've got to recognize and accept and allow to help you, because when we ride the seasons, it doesn't get in our way. It actually helps us. Imagine people who are afraid of the winter time. They would really miss out on all the skiing that's available in that cold. They'd miss out on the hot cocoa. They'd be so focused on when's the sun and heat coming back that they'd never have an opportunity to celebrate the cold, the renewal, the going in. The whole winter time is about going in. If you look at the trees aren't green and vibrant and shouting out and reaching for the sun all year long. What does it do? It recedes. It goes into its core. It depresses, if you will, right? A tree that's not giving leaves has depressed energy. Now the tree ain't fucking mad about that. Trees ain't fussing because the leaves have left and my energy has receded and the sun is not bright any longer. The tree knows that this is an opportunity to renew my energies. Another way to look at it is the balance between yin and yang. And when you are in the yang state in your life and everything is hot, you will only burn up if you stay in that state. So if you consciously take a step backwards and allow yourself to cool down on a seasonal base or cyclical base, we can do it daily by meditating. When you sleep, you go into the cold, you go into the darkness. Do you fret about the fact that you've got to sleep? Man, daytime is so much better because activity is going on. I'm out there, I got sunshine, I'm running, I'm exercising, I'm talking to people, I'm getting things done. Nighttime, what a drag, because I gotta sleep. When the tree goes in the wintertime, it's like you sleeping in the nighttime. Cyclical. I'm hoping to have you understand this. Wherever you find yourself, high or low, it's gonna come around. So if you find yourself in a high state, be very generous with all the energy that you can produce and share. If you find yourself in a low state, be very grateful for your ability to recover, rejuvenate, and then be reborn. Right? We just had Easter. That's what Easter's all about. The coming back from the dead. Jesus rose from the dead. You rise from the dead. The trees rise from the dead. The sun rises from the dead. Everything that rises falls. Everything that falls bounces back up. It will always be this way because it's physics, folks. Now, you can get that through your logical brain, right? I mean, there's nothing illogical about that. That's very black and white. It's very clear in life in every regard that there is a balance. There is a yin and yang. There's a plus and minus. There's a male and female. There's a winter and summer. There's an up and down. There's a night and day. All of this. You're not separate from this. So never again can you logically allow yourself to fall into ruts that are about resistance against the patterns that are consistent with life. It must be this way. Otherwise you die. But what I would like to offer you, my friend, are some rituals that will allow you to take best advantage of these wintertime moments that you find yourself in. We'll all find ourselves in those places, and we can have the choice to either resist the winter, right? And that's like people who are cursing the cold. Or you can take full advantage of these winter moments. That's like the person who goes out snowboarding. Gets the most out of it. In order to get the most out of your winter seasons, your depressed seasons, your down seasons, whether they be seasons within the day, seasons within the month, seasons within the year, whenever you find yourself in a place that you would naturally want to resist, learn, number one, to accept it, love it. Don't just tolerate it. See it for what it is. When that ball slams on the ground and it's being squished down by the cement as its power is sunk into the ball, that ball has to appreciate the fact that, man, that all this squishing and all this crushing of me down on this concrete is only going to allow me to rise up. So love your depression, just like that ball loves the depression of itself into that concrete, because it knows that's the only way it can rise. Love your depression. Love your down times. Accept it, appreciate it, own it, which is super important. This would be a perfect time for you to go into your discipleship, go into your disciplines, meaning choose activities that you can do every day that don't require that you win, don't require that you gain something, don't require that you do it right. Do little rituals that rejuvenate you, that feel good, and you do them for doing's sake. I say doing, but really it's about being. This would be a wonderful time to begin meditation for meditation's sake, not for enlightenment. See, a lot of times we go into these yin rituals, these intuitive rituals, in order to gain something, but then we miss the point. Meditate for the sake of meditation. Meditate in celebration of your depression. Meditate in celebration of the winter time. Meditate so that you can simply be. When you resist the winter lasts longer. I could tell you that from experience. When you resist the cycles and the patterns last longer because you're interrupting, you're interfering. When you meditate, it's like you get out the way. I'm going to let this winter happen. Why do you think certain animals hibernate in the winter? Because all they're gonna do is get in the fucking way. They realize, hey, I spent all that time eating. Think about a bear. I spent all that time eating food. Now it's wintertime, I'm gonna crawl into my cave and I'm just gonna be. I'm just gonna chill. Now I get it, we live in a world where they don't give you room to chill like that. The only time that you get off is in the summertime if you're in school, right? And it's hot and you wanna go outside. But you create this for yourself by honoring other cooling rituals. Like, for example, when you're depressed, you're probably going to be more tired. That would be a wonderful time to invest in a hammock. Take naps. Take little naps. Sleep a little bit more. It's okay. You see? It's all right not to be a winner, an extrovert, out there killing it and crushing it and getting it and doing it all the time. It's okay to take a nap. It's okay to put on classical music or something soft. It's okay to fill your home with things that smell good. Light some incense, light some candles. Care for yourself. Love yourself. That's number 2. Love yourself just as you are. This is your opportunity to move from the head into your heart. That's really what it's all about. When that tree goes from extroversion in the summertime, right? It's reaching. Think up. It's up in its head. It's out there. It's getting it and it's doing it. But when the energy sinks, where does it go? Into the unconscious, into the earth, into the heart, into the intuitive, into the instinctual. So when I say breathe into your balls, I'm talking about getting out of the neurotic reaching that we're always doing and sinking into the pleasurable being that's always available to us. I think it's important for you guys to know that the being state is your sovereign state, is your king state. When we're doing, we're being warriors, and that's okay and that's cool and that should be a part of our equilibrium. When we're thinking, we're being wizards. When we're feeling, we're being lovers. All 3 of those things happen to be very extroverted in ways. Warriors going out there, your magician is thinking about things and calculating, your lover is feeling himself and feeling herself too, but your being state is your stillness state. It is your stopping state. It is your presence state. So my man, I offer you this. Allow your winter to nourish your king. Allow the being to nourish your doing season. And remember, all of that is possible only if we're loving ourselves.